whirlwind, emotional roller coaster. But it's like, that's just all I can describe it as. Because in the last week and a half, I've had a lot of things confirmed. I feel like I'm on a little bit more of a stable ground in terms of my emotions and kind of the highs and lows. Because I feel like at the beginning of all this, the when I felt really good, it was really, really good. And then like I would dive down to like the depths of like me doubting myself and me, just feeling like, oh, this is not going to work out. I'm all like, this is a delusion. I'm making this up, yada, yada. And I would come back up. And I feel like now it's definitely more, instead of being so high and low, it's kind of evening out, and like the cycles are getting a little bit smaller, and I'm kind of like finding my balance. And I'm able to, like, when thoughts come up, I'm able to look at it instead of like reacting in such an emotional way. I'm able to kind of like look at it with a little bit more curiosity and be like, oh, I feel really like weird right now. Like this morning, I was like, I feel a really weird energy. Like this is weird, but I'm just like, this is how it is. Got to ride the wave, And like sometimes I just, sat outside and was looking for signs and got confirmation again, and through, sounds and birds and things in my life. And there's been a lot of things that I've gotten confirmation of. Like last week I had my first like official tarot reading card, like tarot reading. And it confirmed a lot of things for me, things that like I had been thinking in my intuition, and things that I had come to conclusions to and like really believed was true in my life. And I just like needed an official confirmation, and it showed in my reading. And it's really interesting to see, and it's again confirmation that like I do have psychic abilities, I do have a strong intuition, and I do have connections between my higher self, the divine, and everything. And it definitely confirmed a lot of things for me in that. And it was very interesting speaking to the person who did my reading, because she pointed out a few things and like the spread of my cards, and kind of I confirmed a lot, and it made sense. And in the center a lot was regarding, I think like in the center it was like the world, the chariot, and like the 2 of Wands. And then like one of my biggest struggles right now was the 10 of Wands, I believe, which was referring to the relationship and basically me carrying so much and me needing to release it. But then to the left, to the right, which is the I don't know which one is which, but basically the way she did it was like the branches of a tree, like your center, your higher self, your the root of the tree, and then you have like the future, and then you have the if you keep going this way, the 2 things that like could happen if you continue this pattern. And then basically on the right it was what's to come if you kind of shift your mindset. And basically all the things that it showed were very accurate. And it was again like confirming like where I'm headed, where I've been in the past, what the concerns are. And the fact that in the center, those really strong, what she would refer to as like what she said was like magical, like in terms of the world being in the center, the 2 of Wands, which is like the doors opening, and the chariot, which she referred to as like the spiritual world. And that makes sense because I've had in the center, it's like I've had one hell of a spiritual awakening within the last 3 months. And then the fact that the star card came out as like my future makes a lot of sense, because I've been building up my abilities, and they've come really fucking strong, and it's overwhelming. But I think I'm learning to set some boundaries, like when to, like things I need to do, like rituals, I guess you would say, to be able to open myself up and then close down, and visualizations that I do in terms of like doors closing, iron doors closing when I'm like, okay, enough is enough, energy is closed, let's bring myself back, yada yada. But it's just like, I definitely feel like the waves and like the roller coaster, the bumps are getting smaller, but it's still like, it changes drastically. And I think part of the reason because it changes so drastically is because like sometimes if I'm not aware of it, I'm picking up on my twins' energy, and I sense that there has been a change, and I see a little evidence in the physical, and we are in separation on this twin flame journey. And I see a little bit of evidence, but I think that part of it is I'm I'm feeling a little bit what they're feeling. Because you know how like identical twins, like they can tell how the other one's feeling in the real world? That's the same for twin flames, I believe. So it's like sometimes I'll just like feel really like hot and heavy and be like, okay. And the other times like I'll be like really fucking pissed off, or like sometimes I'll just like start doubting everything. And I don't think it's me because I've already done a lot of work. And I got myself to a very stable place, I believe, and I'm able to like look at myself from like a bird's eye view and kind of like understand and like differentiate between emotional and like logical mind, because I've done a lot of work to be like, you know, come to this space. So I don't think that a lot of this is me. I think like I'm picking up on my twins' like energy, and it's drastic. Like I said this morning, I just had this like, this is weird, energy's off, and I was aware of that. That was my feelings, and I was kind of like, you know, riding the waves, yada yada, and I was able to kind of come and to a stable place. I went outside, I kind of got some fresh air, and I came back in, and this afternoon, like, I had to leave work early, because all of a sudden, like, out of nowhere, I just, like, was extremely pissed. Like, I was, like, my blood boiling. I was, like, so agitated. Like, I couldn't even focus. Like, every little thing made me pissed off. And then, like, you know, I was huffing and puffing and just, like, oh, my God. Like, do not touch me. Don't come near me. Everything was, like, just not... I was just so agitated. And I don't think that's my energy. And so, like, I think that now that I've come to a healed space and I was able to kind of, like, become more stable, now I'm picking up on the energy that's happening on my divine masculine side. Finally awakening and doing the fucking work, and now I'm feeling it all over again. So it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, when will it end? But, so I think part of me is like, I need to find boundaries between like knowing when it's my twin and knowing when it's me, and I just need to ride through the waves. And yeah. Because, like, I want to encourage them, you know, like, I want to encourage my divine masculine, be like, you're supported, you're great. But I also know that, like, they have to go through this in order to, like, get to their side and meet me where I am now. But it's hard because I feel everything they feel, you know? And it's like I sense when something is a certain way. But it's exhausting. And it's like, I have never felt so much emotional whiplash in my entire life. And it's like, I know it's because it comes from a space of, like, unconditional love, and it's, like, how deeply I care and, like, feel for this person, but, like, Jesus Christ. It's a lot. So, like, I feel like I've been needing to rest more, like, literally, like, take naps and, like, sleep more and just, like, do nothing because it's, like, emotionally, like, mentally exhausting. So... that's my thoughts for today. Probably just rambling and, like, not really making much sense, but I need to, like, verbally get it out before I can, like, now go and take a nap, because I've been all over the place in my mind and emotional roller coaster today. So that is my thoughts for today.